The most notorious fraud, corruption cases around the world. In this new series about fraud and corruption, we're going to talk about corruption cases around the world. We are going to study and discuss what the government and the citizens are doing to aid or combat corruption that is like a cancer to the development of nations. Today, we are starting with India. Corruption has a significant impact on India's economy at all levels of government, slowing its growth. And these are not small cases. These are scandals and widespread cases affecting the nation. It spreads to various industries, including the trucking industry, which is obliged to pay large bribes at regulatory checkpoints. Corruption levels and government anti-corruption initiatives vary greatly throughout India. Curious to know more about these cases? Stay tuned as we give you the most infamous corruption cases of India. Hi, and welcome back to our channel, where we discuss fraud and tax awareness. Before we continue, if you are new here, please make sure to subscribe and press the notification button so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Number 1. Cargill Coffin Scandal. Former Defense Minister of India, George Fernandes, who passed away in January 29, 2019, found himself embroiled in a corruption scandal famously known as the Coffin Gate, brought to light by a sting operation conducted by Tehelka, a prominent news portal. Notably, Fernandes served as the defense minister in the Vajpayee-led NDA government during India's victorious Kargil War against Pakistan in 1999. During this period, the government had ordered the procurement of aluminum caskets from US-based companies Borotrol and Bezarsis to transport the bodies of martyred soldiers in a dignified manner. However, the Accountant and Auditor General of India's report revealed significant flaws in the procurement process, highlighting that the caskets were of substandard quality and overpriced. The scandal escalated when it was disclosed that the NDA government had purchased 500 caskets at a price of $2,500 each, which was 13 times the original cost. Subsequently, the Central Bureau of Investigation, or CBI, filed a charge sheet against Fernandes and others, accusing them of abusing official positions for personal gain. Facing widespread protest and pressure from political adversaries such as the Congress Party, Fernandes resigned as defense minister amidst the ongoing investigation. However, despite the scrutiny, the CBI's investigation failed to establish Fernandes' involvement, leading to his exoneration by a special CBI court in 2013. Furthermore, the court found no evidence against the other accused and discharged them from the case. Among those named in the charge sheet were Army officers Major General Arun Roy, Colonel S.K. Malik, and Colonel F.B. Singh, as well as Victor Baiza, a U.S. national who supplied the aluminum caskets and body bags to the Indian Army. This episode underscored the complexities and controversies surrounding defense procurement practices, sparking debate and reform efforts within the Indian political landscape. Number 2. Talgi Scam. The scandal that shocked India in 2002 is named after its mastermind, Abdul Karim Talgi, who orchestrated a multi-million counterfeit stamp paper scheme. Talgi's elaborate plan included the recruitment of 350 fictional agents entrusted with selling counterfeit stamp papers to banks, insurance companies, and stock brokerages. Talgi's scam spanned 12 states and included an enormous sum of 200 billion rupees. To make matters worse, numerous law enforcement officers became implicated in the controversy, with rumors saying that Talgi had greased the palms of multiple police officials in order to avoid being investigated. As police delved deeper into the matter, they uncovered a web of collusion between Talgi and various government departments responsible for the production and distribution of high-security stamps. In January 2006, Talgi and several of his associates were indicted and received 30 years of imprisonment. Talgi's reign of deception met its end with his demise on October 23, 2017 in Bengaluru, succumbing to multiple organ failure. Number 3. Telecom Licenses. In February 2012, the Supreme Court took a decisive step by revoking 122 telecommunication licenses granted to various companies back in 2008. These licenses, issued under the tenure of former Minister Andimuthu Raja, were at the center of what has become India's most prominent corruption scandal. Raja stands accused of orchestrating the illicit sale of bandwidth, deviating from the standard auction process, and opting for a controversial first-come, first-served approach. Despite denying any wrongdoing, the allegations against him loom large. The repercussions of this scandal have been grave. In a tragic turn of events, a former associate of Raja, who happened to own a real estate company, took his own life in March of the preceding year. Auditors estimate that the irregular allocation of these licenses resulted in colossal losses, amounting to nearly $40 billion. According to some assessments, this staggering figure has solidified the scandal's status as one of India's most significant financial controversies. The fallout from the scandal has not been limited to Raja alone. Another prominent figure, a colleague of Raja's within the DMK party, found himself in legal troubles, leading to his arrest in connection with the scandal. Additionally, Textile Minister Dayanidhi Maran faced intense scrutiny and ultimately resigned amidst allegations of coercion related to the sale of Aircel shares to a company favored by him. Maran denies these allegations. The effects of the scandal have reached far and wide, with law enforcement agencies questioning business leaders, television executives, and political figures alike as part of their ongoing investigations into the alleged malpractice. Number 4. WikiLeaks – Cash for Votes. On March 17, 2011, the halls of India's parliament echoed with uproar following the release of a whistleblowing platform, WikiLeaks. The cable detailed a shocking account where a senior aide from the Congress party allegedly displayed chests of cash to a US embassy official, purportedly used to sway MPs in favor of the government during a crucial vote of confidence in 2008. The antagonistic vote centered around a controversial agreement between India and the US, aiming to significantly bolster India's nuclear power capabilities. Despite the withdrawal of support from left-wing allies, Congress narrowly secured victory in the vote. Opposing factions promptly accused the government of resorting to cash incentives to secure votes. Both the Congress party and individuals implicated in the cable refute these allegations. The revelation of the cable coincided closely with the release of a report by consultancy firm KPMG, which highlighted corruption as a formidable threat to India's economic growth. The report underscored that the nation's economic progress was impeded not only by everyday instances of corruption, but also by colossal scams where substantial sums of money were purportedly siphoned off by government officials and business entities. In July 2011, authorities made arrests in connection with the scandal, apprehending a politician's aide and a political activist. However, the Supreme Court voiced criticism over what it deemed a shoddy probe conducted by the police. Additionally, senior MP Amar Singh found himself under scrutiny after being accused of attempting to bribe opposition MPs into abstaining from the crucial vote. Singh denies these allegations, maintaining his innocence in the matter. Number 5. Commonwealth Games Scandal. In 2010, the corridors of power in New Delhi became embroiled in the Commonwealth Games or CWG scandal, a monumental Indian scam branded by the misappropriation of an estimated 70,000 million rupees. Shockingly, it was revealed that only half of this staggering sum was actually allocated to support Indian sportspersons. The Central Vigilance Commission, tasked with investigating corruption surrounding various Commonwealth Games-related projects, uncovered a litany of discrepancies in procurement processes. These irregularities ranged from payments to non-existent entities and deliberate delays in contract execution to inflated prices and fraudulent equipment purchases through tendering processes, all resulting in the misdirection of funds. An example of this corruption came to light when it was discovered that Suresh Kalmadi, chairman of the organizing committee of the games, awarded a contract worth 141 million rupees to Swiss Timing for timing equipment, a sum excessively inflated by 95 million rupees. The Central Vigilance Commission subsequently directed the Central Bureau of Investigation, or CBI, to delve into certain aspects of the games organization. On April 25, 2011, the CBI made a decisive move by arresting Kalmadi. Alongside Kalmadi, the CBI named 2 companies and 8 individuals, including former Secretary General Lalit Banot and former Director General V.K. Verma, as accused parties in the scandal. The following day, April 26, 2011, Kalmadi faced further repercussions as he was overthrown from his position as president of the Indian Olympic Association, signaling a swift and stern response to the allegations of corruption. Number 6. Punjab National Bank Fraud Case. The Punjab National Bank found itself entangled in a staggering fraud case involving a fraudulent letter of undertaking amounting to 14,356.84 crore rupees or $2.1 billion issued from its branch office at Brady House in Fort Mumbai. This deceptive scheme implicated the bank, holding it liable for the massive sum. At the heart of this fraudulent activity was jeweler and designer Nirav Modi, in collaboration with 2 PNB officials. Upon uncovering the scam, PNB promptly lodged a complaint with the Central Bureau of Investigation or CBI, alleging that Nirav Modi, along with Ami Modi, Nishal Modi, and Mihal Shoksi, had orchestrated a deceitful ploy that resulted in significant financial losses for the bank. In response, the Enforcement Directorate initiated efforts to seize assets belonging to the accused individuals, aiming for their immediate confiscation under the Fugitive Economic Offenders Ordinance. Subsequently, the CBI took further action, naming key officials in a charge sheet. Usha Anantha Subramanian, former CEO of PNB, along with executive directors K.V. Brahmaji Rao and Sanjeev Sharan, were held accountable for their failure to implement various circulars and caution notices issued by Reserve Bank of India or RBI, particularly regarding the reconciliation of SWIFT messages and core banking systems. This revelation shed light on systemic lapses within the bank's governance structure, prompting calls for accountability and reform. Number 7. Satyam Computer Services Scandal. The 2009 business fiasco involving Satyam Computer Services, known as India's Enron crisis, sent shockwaves across the Indian investor and shareholder communities. In January 7, 2009, Satyam's chairman, Biraju Ramalinga Raju, resigned following a shocking confession. Raju admitted to fabricating and manipulating the company's accounting to the tune of 14,162 crore rupees or $188.83 million using various methods. By February 2009, the case had captured the attention of the Central Bureau of Inquiry or CBI, starting off a thorough inquiry. On April 9, 2015, Raju and 9 other individuals were found guilty of scheming to overstate the company's revenue, manipulating with financial records and income tax forms, and creating phony invoices, among other offenses. A Hyderabad court sentenced the convicted parties to 7 years in prison, marking a significant step towards justice. Number 8. Pegasus Scam. In late 2019, Facebook took legal action against NSO, alleging that their Pegasus spyware had been utilized to eavesdrop on WhatsApp communications of activists, journalists, and bureaucrats in India. This raised suspicions of potential involvement by the Indian government. Subsequently, in 2021, Project Pegasus, an investigative effort, purportedly uncovered Indian ministers, opposition leaders, former election commissioners, and journalists' phone numbers within NSO's hacking database. Independent digital forensic analysis conducted on 10 Indian phones indicated signs of attempted or successful Pegasus hacks. The analysis revealed a pattern of correlation between the entry of a phone number onto the list and the commencement of surveillance, with a typical gap ranging from minutes to hours. Further scrutiny unveiled the selection of phone numbers linked to key political figures in Karnataka around the period of a significant power struggle between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Janata Dal Secular Congress coalition government in 2019. These revelations prompted India's principal opposition party, the Congress, to accuse Prime Minister Narendra Modi of treason and compromising national security. Pegasus, developed by Israeli cyberarms firm NSO Group, functions as spyware covertly installed on mobile devices operating various versions of iOS and Android. As per the 2021 Project Pegasus findings, the spyware could exploit recent iOS versions up to iOS 14.6. Initially, Pegasus boasted capabilities such as reading text messages, call tracking, password collection, location tracking, accessing the device's microphone and camera, and extracting data from applications. Named after the mythical winged horse Pegasus, the spyware operates as a Trojan horse capable of infiltrating phones undetected. Corruption and fraud are widely recognized issues in India, impacting every aspect of society and hindering its progress. It involves obtaining personal gains through illicit means and exploiting public office for personal benefit. This pervasive problem is deeply ingrained in society, stemming from historical legacies and systemic flaws. Various factors contribute to India's high level of corruption, including unemployment, lack of education, and unchecked greed. Moreover, lenient laws and weak enforcement further perpetuate corrupt practices. However, education and technology offer potential solutions to combat corruption. Educating the populace about the consequences of corruption and leveraging technology for transparency and accountability can help in this endeavor. Addressing corruption requires concerted efforts from both the government and citizens. Stringent legislation, effective law enforcement, and media scrutiny are crucial for holding corrupt individuals accountable. Additionally, fostering a culture of integrity and ethical conduct is essential for building a corruption-free society. Let us learn from these scandals so we do not repeat them. What do you think about these cases? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell so you will be notified when we post new videos.